Hopefully we get data this time. Yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah, so we should get validation here in a second. Validation here. Yep, there we go. Substacks.
YouTube's up.
Okay, there we go. All right. Now let me get my notes up. So we'll just start talking about it. Welcome everybody to the Deep Exhale. The purpose of the Deep Exhale, I don't know if we ever said or not, but I'll go ahead and just say it, is to talk through life survival from a queer perspective, from a trans perspective, from a progressive perspective, while we live through the orange shit stain and his ability to continually fuck up the world we live in. So that everyone is keenly aware about what subject matter we are talking. So today's topic is silence and visibility, authenticity and becoming, versus preservation and survival, which is the nature of the Deep Exhale. Be that we are talking about trauma or otherwise. And so to start off, I will go right into the first topic. And the first topic is this: no person who is your friend who demands your silence or denies you the right to grow. No person is your friend that demands those things from you. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Why?
I feel like that's putting conditions on a friendship
or relationship.
Yeah, anything. And it prevents you from being truthful with other people.
Yeah, I think it does completely. So this is a famous quote by Alice Walker. Why did you drop in the channel that we're doing a thing?
No,
will you kindly drop in the channel that we're doing a thing, please? Okay.
You want me to drop the restream link?
Yeah. Go ahead and drop it. This is a quote famously from Alice Walker. And Walker knew what erasure tastes like. It's bitter, it's familiar, it's like a word caught in your throat before it can become dangerous. You carry that with you today. The people worth keeping are the ones who make room for your full self, not the convenient parts that they want and the inconvenient parts that they don't want to. Brandon joined the live, send it to him in Discord. And so
Discord to come up.
Huh? Oh, right, of course.
Wait for Discord to boot up.
In the grocery store, when someone misgenders me, in the argument, when I get misgendered, in the argument with my parents, in the quiet moment when I choose visibility over safety, I remember that my voice existing is its own form of resistance. Silence isn't peace. It's just quieter violence. And so that begs the question. And so the question is, when was the last time you swallowed a truth to keep someone comfortable? And what did it taste like going down? I can tell you exactly when that was. And it was a visceral experience when this was the case. Oh, here comes Brandon. Here comes Brandon.
Here it comes. Here I come.
Okay, so silence versus visibility. So I want you to think about this question, Brandon.
All I heard was something about swallowing truth.
So when was the last time you swallowed truth to keep someone comfortable? And what did it taste like going down? And so for me, this happened like a month ago and at work. And it was a situation where I was faced with a coworker who misgendered me in a meeting in front of a bunch of fucking people, and I was hurt by it. And but then the person approached me like half an hour after the meeting and said, "By the way, I did that. I noticed that I did that, and I'm sorry." And I said, "Fine, it's okay. Thank you for trying not to do that." And so that's the painfulness of accommodation, because this person is a person who'll do it again. They'll misgender me in the middle of a meeting again, and then sometime after that, they'll realize they did it, or someone will tell them, "You did that, and you shouldn't have, and you're hurting her feelings by doing that, and you need," and he'll come to me and he'll say, "I did this, and I'm sorry, and I will try not to do it again," but he'll do it again. The problem with him is that he is a C-level executive, so it's very unlikely that he will ever be escorted out of the door by any stretch of the imagination.
Lisa.
We have a Lisa now. So that's the question, Brandon, is when was the last time you swallowed truth for someone's comfortability? And what was that like, and how did it feel?
Oh, for somebody's comfortability, I don't know if I can't think of.
Sarah, can you handle my lightweight for me?
Yep.
I don't know. I can't think of something that I would have done for someone else's comfortability,
or your own.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking more of. Like, well, the thing that came to my mind recently was I got a phone call from my aunt, who I try to avoid most of the time.
Right.
Because she's, judgmental and et cetera, et cetera. But I was on the phone at the time with a friend of mine, and so I ignored the call and didn't call her back. And I was just, I don't know, every time I see a call from her, it always makes me nervous. And so I just avoid it. I'd rather just avoid it rather than confronting and dealing with it,
Oh, yeah, of course.
So I don't know if that really fits what you were talking about, but yeah, I mean, and sometimes, I mean, I've told like my parents, if I'm like, I avoid telling them things, like if I'm going on a date or something like that,
Right.
I would lie about that if they happen to, if my mom happened to ask me what I'm doing over the weekend or whatever, I wouldn't mention any kind of, I wouldn't mention a date with a guy, because I don't want to hear the response.
I completely understand. I do. I mean, I completely get it. All right, Sarah.
I mean, I in hindsight, I know that there was a lot of that in my relationship with Joe. But I don't know that I could put my finger on like the last time something like that happened. I mean, honestly, probably with my sister, because still don't know how open I can be with her.
Why not?
She and I have always had like a weird, sometimes rocky, sometimes not, sibling rivalry almost.
Right.
We try to be there for each other, but when we were younger, it's like we would fight like siblings do, but we would separate, and because we still lived in the same house, we would come back together within the hour, just because
Right.
it was usually just the two of us. But when I moved out and then she was still at home, it seemed like those disagreements lasted longer. And so rather than there being that like long silence between disagreements, we just kind of try to gloss over things that would end up causing those disagreements.
Normal sibling like behavior, certainly.
I guess.
No, I mean, my maternal brother and I hate each other, and we will not occupy the same space. My maternal sister and I care about each other, but we realize that we cannot occupy the same space. Now, my paternal siblings are the greatest two siblings a person can have, so it's a trade-off. All right, Lisa, now you get to answer the question.
No, I came in a little bit late. It sounds like being honest about who we are. Was that kind of the gist of it?
No, so the question is, when was the last time you swallowed truth to keep someone comfortable or happy, either for yourself or for that person? And what was it like?
Well, probably it would have been when I confronted that pastor that search engine optimization led me to that church when I looked for affirming churches in my area.
Okay, I'm just going to stop you right there. You said affirming and church in the same two words together?
Yes, there are affirming churches out there. In fact, supposedly the Presbyterian church nearby is pretty good. But I Googled it because I know search engine optimization, you try to put the best candidate at the top. It never occurred to me that a conservative church would actively try to get LGBTQ people in the pews if they didn't want to be supportive to them.
Try to actively get them for nefarious purposes.
Yes, it's nefarious. They actually want to convert you. Power of Christ compels you. Power of Christ compels you. Power of Christ compels
you. To do what?
But rather than confronting him, I just left it go because I figured the way the logic in that circle works, they would have see nothing wrong with what they were doing. And to them, telling me that I'll burn in hell is affirming because they're trying to prevent me from going to hell. In their worldview, I cannot be lesbian and go to heaven. So they have to convert. So I knew it was like, it didn't feel like it was going to be an easy argument or one that they would listen to or understand. Or that the rhetoric outside of their church says to me that if I were to walk into that church and try to talk to a teenage child innocently, there would be parents ripping that child away and guiding them away because they didn't want their child possibly corrupted by me. And I did not.
Power of Christ compels you.
I know. I was like, there's no reason to. Swallowing truth had to be the right answer there because they wouldn't hear my truth anyhow. They would not hear it. They would argue it. Even if they politely nodded, they would take it out and never listen to it.
No.
Yeah, some arguments are pointless.
Yeah. I completely agree.
That one was definitely one.
So that led into the second. By the way, welcome, Elaine.
Hi,
I'm drinking a rainbow slush from Sonic just to fuck with the right wing.
I make rainbow chickens. There's a reason for that, and I have a feral Christian that wants one. I'm not sure what to do.
Oh gosh, okay.
What is he gonna do with it?
I have no idea what she's going to do with it.
Oh,
Power of
shit.
grace compels you. Power of grace compels you.
Uh-huh.
It's
Okay,
like,
let me see.
Rainbow slushy.
she's like,
I
I
haven't
like
heard
the
of a
really,
rainbow.
really colorful one. I'm like, oh my god, this is too
Oh.
hysterical.
It is very colorful.
All right, so now we talk about authenticity and becoming. So the most revolutionary thing that you can do is be yourself. Now that's Gloria Anzaldúa, who, if you don't know, is a queer Chicana feminist from the 80s.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, she wrote this piece, Borderlands La Frontera. If you've never read this, you should read it. It's like Latinx queer identity defined.
Oh, great.
Which, by the way, mixes Spanish, English, and Nahuatl into a hybrid language that is just, amazing experience. And she's a poet, and she was a theorist and an activist. And I just, like I said, Latin X queer identity defined. And so that was her stick, was, the most revolutionary thing you can do is be yourself. And so what we take from that is that she understood borders, physical, cultural, the ones we build inside ourselves to survive. Being yourself isn't passive. It's a daily act of reconstruction. It's a daily act for me to get up, scrape a bunch of hair and skin off of my face, put makeup on my face, pretty myself, pick out an outfit that matches. I brazenly ask AI if my clothes match for the day, just to be sure, because I'm a color idiot that way. But that's my daily act of reconstruction against a world that profits when I conform, and I'm not going to conform. So, you send yourself in the day armed with every authentic choice you make, your own state of becoming. And so the question becomes, what part of yourself are you still performing, and what would it feel like if you just stopped? And so I'm going to call myself out for this. And so last night, during my back and forth with Sarah, I described a activity, an experience that I had. And the way that I described the experience was very him-like, him from before. And I don't like that. I don't like him. I never liked him. He who shall not be named. But by seeing that I don't behave like him anymore, I realize that I'm a better person for not behaving that way. I hate when he comes out. There are times when he comes out when I get very angry and when I get very scared. There's portions of him that appear. But I don't. So realizing that the maternal person that I normally am is not him. And so if I stopped performing him, I feel better about myself, because the person that I see is that's the person who I'm supposed to be, not this other thing. And stopping doesn't mean drama and grandiose bullshit. It just means not doing something. You know, it feels easier. So Sarah, what part of yourself are you still performing, and what would it feel like if you stopped?
I'm not entirely sure what part of myself I'm still performing.
So there's not a part of you that when you come home that behave the way that you behaved 20 years ago versus the way you behave now.
I mean, the way I behaved 2 years ago isn't the same as I behaved 20 years ago, so
Yeah.
Why not?
because 20 years is a long time.
It is. It is a long time. It's a very long time.
And a lot has changed in the past 3 years versus, well, I mean, a lot changed in the past 22 years also. But I feel like the most dramatic changes have happened in the past 3. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still doing a lot of digging, so I'm not entirely sure what I'm still hanging on to that I shouldn't be.
Do you think the person you're in a relationship with sees that?
Maybe.
Well, the relationship you're leaving clearly doesn't.
Not any more than what I've told him. And he can't maintain communication long enough for me to tell him all of it. So
How would he take it if you did?
I have no idea. He took what I did tell him better than I expected, considering how demeaning he was about the lesbian that he used to work with.
So he badmouthed a gay woman. And when you told him that you were a gay woman, that he did not react in the way that he treated this person. I hate to say this, Sarah, but your ex is a chicken shit.
So you're saying he's afraid of me, which is fine.
Hey, I like it when men get afraid of me. I've made it happen.
I mean, most of the guys I work with are, so.
Brand.
Well. Oh, first, Sarah, I like your hair, by the way.
Thank you. I'll have to let my daughter know.
Oh, did she do it?
Yeah, cut my hair last night. I was getting migraines again.
Well, I like it.
Thank you.
I don't know. I mean, if I were to completely be the way I wanted to, I guess I might feel more isolated, I guess. I would get rejection. So,
but is there a portion of the old Brandon from a long while back that still surfaces now? That's the question.
yes. I mean, because I used to suffer from depression but for the most part, I have a good handle on it. But every once in a while, there is a resurface of part of that. Like I think I said I don't know, last time when we were on Trauma Live, was that like a couple days ago? I don't know.
Monday?
Yeah, Monday.
Whenever.
Yeah.
Oh, that seems.
We're doing
unfair.
that now, by the way, Brandon. You just showed up this time.
What?
We're doing that now. You just showed up this time.
Oh, is that what we're doing? Is that what this is?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
You just have good timing.
Okay, well, I didn't check my messages. Well, okay. Well, anyway, what was I saying? Oh, like I said last on Monday, I woke up and really didn't want to get out of bed or do anything. Are you shaking holy water at me?
How breaks the pelvis? How breaks the pelvis?
How dare you? How very dare you? So there are some days where I'm like, why bother? Why even get out of bed? What's the point? But I did it anyway. And I went on and I felt better later in the day.
Yay. Yay. All right, now we're going to pick on Lisa. How are you still performing?
Well, I have a very bad habit called stuffing, where I don't let myself feel some things. And I actually can have a very vile temper, and that still comes out. Oh, yeah. Cruel, wicked, mean.
Evil, wicked, mean, bad, and nasty.
Yep. Believe it or
I
not.
can't remember what that's from. I think it's Ray Stevens.
I mean, I actually have thrown plates and things at some point. But I don't go there. But a lot of times when I sit there and act all peaceful and fun, the inside of me is absolutely seething. And lucky for me, I'm good at rationalizing things away, and I have a 20-minute temper. But when I let go of that 20-minute temper, it's not a good thing. And so that's probably the one place where I perform the most, where I need to learn to just not be angry in the first place. I mean, there's some things that are worth being angry over, but there are some things where all you're doing is getting angry about something done to you by someone who couldn't care less what happens to you.
That's right.
And all you're doing is letting yourself get upset over something you have no control over, that you can't address. And, I need to still work on letting go of that instead of running around and getting higher and higher blood pressure and snapping at the dog and so forth. So, right, Brandon, church and family should be the most loving and non-judgmental.
Did you have to do that?
I hadn't picked on you yet all night. And by the way, Elaine, I have missed you being on live sessions because you have a rare perspective that I find very attractive.
Well, she's just very attractive in general.
I'm glad someone finds me very attractive. All right, so we're talking about trauma.
No,
and what I was like 20 years ago. 20 years ago. 20 years ago, I was working for a religious official. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
People would never believe that about me, but it's true.
So the question is, are there portions of older you that surface newer you that are not like there's like old Wendy who was not called Wendy, and when he appears, it's like, whoa, fuck, okay, I hate this, and I need to stop doing this.
Well, I mean, sure. I mean, I have things, elements of my personality that have driven me nuts for a long time. And some of them I've been able to medicate, into submission, and others of them not so much. I'm not discreet. I'm not fit for, to be around children most of the time.
So we need to have an adult content disclaimer.
I went to lunch with a group from work the other day, and one of the youngest women in our group, she's like 30, 32. And she just had her second baby in November. And she brought the baby with her. And, for being a murderous baby killing lesbian, which is what all the guys on the sidewalk would think, mostly because I'm screaming at them and calling them dirty names because they won't leave the patients alone. I love babies. I do. They're wonderful. I want every single one born to people who want to have a baby.
Right.
So they're passing her around. Then they hand her to me.
Oh, no.
It's like they know, I'm in the arms of the barren woman. I must scream now. Oh, my gosh. Anyway, she was still awfully cute, though. But no, I mean, the things that I don't like about myself, haven't really changed.
Yeah.
I just either I think about other things, or I try and, get involved in other things or whatever. So, because especially now, you get the other side of shit, and it's like,
yeah,
this isn't going to change, So, I'm not going to turn into this nice, friendly person who walks up to the womb sniffers on Saturdays and says, gee, I'm sure glad you're here.
Oh, it would throw him for a loop if you did, though.
Instead of calling him Dick Smack McShitwagon and all that other stuff.
I should say I'm so glad you're here because I get to call you names now.
Oh my God. Well, that's good. I can always use the examples to fashion into names for the womb sniffers, because I can always use new ones. So
yeah,
I swipe from Jeff Tydrich and the opinionated ogre and the mouthy renegade writer quite a bit. So
I'm going to tell you something. This is if the Christians hear me say this, they're going to get pissed off about it. But there's an old Druid Gaelic adage that asks the mother to specifically says, "Mother, grant me the calmness to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can change, and the wisdom to know the difference between the two." And Christians pray that shit constantly, not realizing that it's pagan in origin. Because I think the actual, the Christian side prayer is, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Yep.
Yes, and every time I hear that, I'm like, that's a bunch of pagan shit, dumbass.
Yeah, but it's also Alcoholics Anonymous.
Yeah, right, yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's like classic AA. I mean, not that I'm going to dog on Alcoholics Anonymous, because all of that leads into preservation. And so I overquote Audre Lorde, but I shit you not, Audre Lorde is like the goddess of all lesbians on the earth.
Hey, I thought I was the goddess of all lesbians on earth. Let's get this shit straight.
Well, Lorde is the one everyone knows. They should know who you are, Elaine, but, I'm trying. I'm trying to
She's a better
expose-
writer than me, too.
Right. So caring for myself is not self-indulgence, it's self-preservation. And so Lord gave us permission before we knew we needed it. Preservation isn't retreat, it's strategy. Today, you'll be asked to give pieces of yourself to systems that don't deserve them.
Right.
You'll encounter people who have made smallness into a religion. Christians do this every fucking day. I don't know why. But joy is defiance, and breathing is defiance, and complicated existence is the answer to every force that wants you to be quiet or small or in a closet. None of those things I'm going to do.
Right.
And so this begs the question, and the question is, what would change if you treated rest like ammunition instead of weakness? And there's a reason for this. It would change everything. And it's not hyperbole to say that. Growing up, be it female or male or whatever, you're taught that exhaustion and pain and suffering is virtue. The burning out means you cared enough. That running on empty is somehow more noble than refueling. This is toxic masculinity bleeds this concept. Don't cry. Be a man. Kill things. And don't show pain. And don't show emotion. And all this other bullshit. And so, at its core, that's just propaganda. And it's working the way it was designed because it suppresses people from being who they are. But ammunition doesn't apologize for existing. It doesn't justify its existence, nor does it feel guilty for not being deployed at every second. The system wants you quiet, but it also wants you tired. Because if you're tired, you can't act. And if you can't act, then you can't do things. And not being able to do those things makes you compliant. Exhausted people don't resist. Burned out people can't sustain movements together. And that's why Lord calls self-preservation warfare. Because the people who benefit from your oppression, Sarah's oppression, Brandon's oppression, Lisa's oppression, my oppression, they need me to be this big, unable to stand up and crippled by my anxiety. So when you think about it, so what changes? You stop apologizing for the boundaries you set to recover. You stop explaining why I need a day off. Fuck it, I need a day off. I can't do this. You stop feeling guilty for choosing yourself when the choice is between preservation and performance. Because you can't perform forever. I don't care what kind of toxic masculine world you grew up in that would tell you this. I've seen it happen countless times, but you start to understand that every time you rest, you're keeping yourself sharp and dangerous and able to react, available and ready. And that terrifies people. That's the thing that fucking Elaine sitting on the corner in front of the Planned Parenthood. If you didn't take time to recharge, that wouldn't have the same meaning than when it does when you actually go down there.
No. And I usually come home and take a long nap afterwards.
Right,
Not only
yeah.
because I'm getting up at pretty early to go and do that.
Yeah, I mean, because fuck it,
But-
right? So now, what would change if you treated rest like ammunition instead of weakness? Or do you believe that?
I sleep anymore and I won't get anything else done.
Yeah, I think that's the problem that I run into is when I'm at home, there's always something that either I need to do or want to do.
Yeah.
And But like during the summer when I go up to the lake for a week, I find myself getting up with the sunrise, but I go to bed earlier, or I will take naps during the day. Even though there's still, standard household things to do, like, food needs to be cooked and dishes need to be done, things like that. The mess from the meals need to be cleaned up. But it seems like most of the people that we're there with will chip in more than at home, even though most of the time it's the same people, which is weird. But it's easier to relax in that type of it's easier to rest and recharge in that environment than it is at home.
Yeah. That's.
But I also find myself trying to recharge in other ways, like during the nicer weather, I'll end up sitting in my little green oasis in the backyard.
There is a documentary on Tubi right now about us taking over Yugoslavia, and they were a vibrant, well-organized country, and we put sanctions on them, and when we made them totally implode economically, we then told them to get out of sanctions and get money from us to rebuild the mess we created for them. They had to do certain things, and they actually had stagnating wages as part of the list, cutting and stagnating wages. And they said that people that were struggling more to eat and everything are easier to control. And they pretty much recommended what they've been doing to us to Yugoslavia.
Right.
Back in the 80s.
Right.
We exported this misery to other countries on top of inflicting it on our people.
Okay, Brandon.
So they're gonna starve the gays?
Maybe.
Hmm.
Yeah, starve everybody and hope the gays get hungry.
If you could get all the rest you needed every day.
They're gonna starve the gays or starve everybody and assume the gays will be hungry too.
It's going to take them a while to starve my 300-pound ass, so I hope they packed a lunch.
Maybe it'll be easier to get a six-pack if I don't eat so much.
Dude, I probably have legs that weigh more than you.
Looks like a strong wind can blow you away, and there's plenty of them in Missouri.
I think Elaine is trying to suggest, Brandon, that you're wafy.
Slightly.
Well, we're always comparing ourselves to others, aren't we?
On top.
So what would you change if you treated rest like ammunition instead of weakness? In other words, what would you change if you could get all the rest you would need every day for weeks on it?
How would it change?
Yeah.
I'm kind of feeling tired right now, actually. My cats get me up too early.
Well, I should point out that while we're having this discussion, somebody in the comments said, "Can you help me? I'm in one of your guys' walls, and there's like an anaconda trying to kill me, and I'm hitting him with one of your guys' floorboards."
Huh.
Well,
that's the most random fucking comment ever.
That explains the racket down in my basement, I guess.
Interesting. Yeah, well, I can't help with the anaconda just now, but if I got all the rest I wanted, I don't know. Well, when you were talking, it made me think of like back in December when I was going live every day and sometimes twice a day. Somebody messaged me and asked if they could come on a live with me, and I had already done 2 that day, and I was like, I've already done 2. Let me look at another day, and
right.
she ended up going by herself. She needed to get something off her chest, basically, kind of a personal issue and stuff, and wanted somebody to. And I didn't know all of this, but she didn't go into all the detail of why she wanted to go on video. But I just thought, she just. But anyway, later, after I watched the video, I felt bad that I didn't do that for her. But like, sometimes the live videos take a lot out of me, depending on which ones I do and whatnot. Like some of the trauma ones, or if I'm depending on who I'm talking to or what the subject matter is, it's kind of draining. And I just I had done 2 of them already, and I was just like, let's look at another day, But anyway, and I felt bad, but also I think I needed that break, And a lot of times I think we kind of talked about this the other day, that doing things for other people kind of makes me not think about my own problems, and I like helping other people rather than focusing on myself. So I just lost my train. What was I talking about? I don't know. Was I making any sense?
What you would do if you
You
had
were.
more rest.
Apparently, I need more rest.
You do.
I mean,
So do I.
Come on. Yeah, it would look like me making sense. That's what it would look like. How was that?
Oh, okay.
If I got more rest, I would make more sense.
That's a good way to put it. I haven't slept more than 3 hours at a time since 2000 somewhere in there, give or take a year. So I constantly am working on a sleep deficit.
So what would happen if you didn't have the deficit?
I like to believe I might actually be able to string 2 thoughts together more often. Instead of wandering around going, I was doing something and I forget what it was. Or trying to write something down and realizing that you were totally not where you thought you were. And yeah, or starting a live and starting a story and reading someone's comment and then having no idea what I said 10 seconds before. All those things might not happen as much with real sleep. They tell you when you're pregnant that it's something just doing to deal with pregnancy, but then the kids make you lose sleep, and then life makes you lose sleep, and you're never as bright as you were before you got pregnant again. I swear to God, your brain just never functions as well again. It just
Having children causes a chemical imbalance.
it does. It permanently causes brain damage.
So what's my excuse?
Yeah.
Lack of sleep. Just leave it at lack of sleep. You're good. Yeah, I think I'd get a lot more done if I knew. It's gonna sound stupid, but when you're super tired, you're constantly looking for a place to rest, for that 20-minute nap moment, for that. And I think if I knew I was always rested, I would get more done because I could plan a day that didn't involve. If I get tired at 10:30, well, I stop this activity for the rest of the day. I'd get a lot more done if I was rested well.
A lot more done?
A lot more done.
Well, I mean, you're already doing more than I probably do. So.
Like, I mean, the other day I was supposed to go ship all the chickens, but my blood pressure was like 74 over 50 something, and that's just too low to go driving anywhere. And it seems like when I get really tired is when my blood pressure crashes. So
Yeah, but part of getting stuff done is also knowing when to rest.
yeah, and sometimes you can't be sure when the best time is. My
No, I
dog
mean,
will tell you it's while I'm on lives because she only barks after I get off, and then she barks all night.
Ugh.
well, the long and short of it is, I mean, I didn't have a whole spiel for this shit tonight, but you already know what you're going to get out of this, and it hurts the knowing because you can't unknow the cost of every word you've ever had to swallow, every
Mhm.
performance you've ever had to perform, every time you've had to make yourself convenient. Your chest gets tight with it. But here's the truth that really matters. That I don't know about you guys. I'm tired of being fucking small. And I'm tired of being silent. And I'm tired of being quiet. And I'm tired of being compliant. And so that shit that happened 2 days ago, that was me saying I'm no longer going to be a victim. Because I'm tired of being a victim. I'm tired of being a target. I'm tired of being the thing that people are trying to oppress.
Right.
And so when I get up tomorrow, I'll face the same people, the same systems. But I hope that through realization, something in you is already different. We wouldn't be talking if that weren't the case. The question isn't if you choose yourself, it's whether you stop apologizing for it or not. I'm not going to apologize for who the fuck I am. None of you should do the same.
Right.
You know, and doing that is doing that, people could look at that and go, wow, what a load of bullshit. Because that's what it is. Bullshit. So stop fucking apologizing for yourself. I'm not doing it. None of you should either. That's all I really had tonight. I didn't have a big spiel.
Wow.
I honestly didn't expect, I thought it was just going to be Sarah and I, and we were going to be just talking back and forth. Listening to Sarah bitch about whoever she's in a relationship with.
Did I miss something?
I did too, but that's okay.
Is Sarah in a relationship with somebody? Okay. Well, just make sure it's not one of those butch in the streets, femme in the sheets types.
I don't even know what that means.
Oh my God. Oh my God, Brandon.
More
Brandon.
boxes.
Brandon, honey,
What?
have you met him yet?
Maybe this weekend. I don't know. I
No.
If the stars align.
yeah.
At least the ground should be thawed by then. It's gonna be in
Oh.
the 50s again tomorrow.
By the way,
It turned up to like 60 degrees here today. Jingle,
Yeah.
you are in the way.
I Googled how to fight an anaconda, and one of the recommendations is to bite their tail. So if the floorboards aren't
okay.
working, is she still in the chat? If the floorboards aren't working, go after the tail, bite their tail. That'll surprise them, and it might get them off your back.
It
Yeah,
also
but they
depends-
don't want none unless you got buns, hon.
it depends on what kind of floorboard it is, because like some of this stuff they put down is practically paneling thickness, but you got a good 3/4 inch red oak, you can do some damage, or at least piss it off more.
I'm wondering why she's in the wall and using a floorboard. Where'd she get the floorboard if she's in the wall?
Well, there are floorboards stored in my basement to replace any damaged in my living area.
Oh, so
Maybe.
it's probably your wall that she's in then, I guess.
Yeah, that's why I said there's that whole noise going on downstairs. Now I know what it was.
Oh,
I think the anaconda got her though, so we're good.
Nice.
I haven't heard anything for a while now, so it shouldn't need to eat for a bit. I pulled a chicken out of a snake once.
Okay.
True story.
I mean, I'm completely shocked.
My grandson came into the house and said, "Grandma, there's something like a rope in the chicken house." I'm like, "There aren't any ropes in the chicken house." He goes, "There's something like a rope in the chicken house." Now, why in the world he couldn't tell me it was a snake? He was like 10. So I go out there and there's a hen flopping on the ground inside of a snake, and the snake had swallowed the whole way to her chest area and got stuck because she was too big. So I pulled the chicken out of the snake, and then I've got a snake in one hand and a chicken in the other, and I give the unconscious chicken to my granddaughter and say, "Keep her warm." And I'm like, to my grandson, I go tell your grandfather I've got a snake. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. After 10 or 15 minutes of nothing happening, I finally walk back to my house, and he's finally coming down the stairs. And I'm like, "What took so long?" He goes, "Well, it sounded like it was under control. What did I care?" Got this writhing 4-foot snake. That's what I'm caring about. It's musty.
What happened
everywhere.
to the chicken? Did the chicken survive?
She did.
Good.
She was a mama chicken, and the snake went to eat one of her babies, so she pecked it, so it hit her instead, and didn't realize she was a little too big for itself, or didn't care. I'm not sure which. And she
Were the babies
revived.
okay?
Babies were okay, and she lived for a couple more years, and we took the snake up to the top of the hill and lost it. My husband said, "Throw it in the back of the truck and I'll drive the truck to the top of the hill." And they got to the top of the hill and there wasn't a snake in the back of the truck already. So we don't know where the snake ended up.
Well, as long as it stays out of the chicken coop, I guess that's all right.
They like chicken coops because of mice.
Well, yeah.
And then they find eggs and they eat all the eggs.
Yes.
And
Well,
Missouri Department of Conservation says that a black snake gets up to 60 inches long. My husband was 5'10". He was holding it up like this at the neck, and part of it was coiling at his feet.
That's a big fucking snake.
That's a big fucking snake.
7.5, 8 foot long, probably.
When I was 18, the last man I ever tried to have a love affair with. He was sort of an amateur herpetologist. He had 18 snakes in his apartment in these little vivariums, you know.
Oh,
and
wow.
we used to take one of them. It was a I don't know, it was a boa constrictor, I think. We used to take it to the Twin Drive-In movie on 291.
Why?
And I remember one night some guy was talking smack because he liked to curl up, you know, like curl up on your lap or whatever. He liked to wherever you were warm, you know. And I remember he was lipping off to some dude at the concession stand and he came back to the car and said, "Give me Alfred," because his name was Alfred.
Oh dear.
Put it around his shoulders, and here comes this guy that he'd been lipping off to, and he's like, "Oh," turned around and took off. But I was like, you know, you really ought to keep your yaps shut. Then you wouldn't have to do that kind of shit.
Poor snake. He's like, "I get tired of sticking up for you, dude."
I know. Well, he was really a dick. I mean, you know, it's a good thing that that didn't work out as a love affair.
Yeah.
But anyway.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody.
Well,
thank you for letting us talk.
Yeah, I miss coming to the lives myself. So
to hear phrases you don't hear every day. I've got a snake in one hand and a chicken in the other.
Are you choking the chicken or are you choking the snake? I just really, I want to know.
The
think
chicken
the
was
snake
choking the
was-
snake.
I wish it were a rooster though. A cock in one hand and a snake in the other.
Depends on how big
Better.
the cock is.
Better
I've had some
blatant
very
than
pretty
latent.
cocks in my time.
Don't you have a really big cock? You have a really big cock, don't you, Lisa?
Well, actually, this one isn't as big as some of the ones I've had before.
Okay.
It isn't as big as the Oscar Mayer wiener I was driving around behind.
No,
The
no,
other day.
definitely not that big. I mean, the biggest rooster I probably ever had would have been Puff or one of his sons, I think. Well, no, I had a Buff Orpington rooster that was huge.
Puff the magic rooster.
Yes, yes, I called him that because he kept puffing up and attacking me, and it seemed like a good way to make fun of him because it's a very diminutive name. So I started calling him Puff, and
Oh
Puff,
no.
I would pick him up. I gentle chickens. See, everyone tells you if you get a bad rooster, you're supposed to smack it in the head with a shovel. Well, roosters are supposed to protect the hens. So assaulting the rooster just proves you're dangerous. So, of course, he's going to keep attacking you. So I pick up the roosters and I hold them nice and firm and I pet their combs and wattles and tell them what good boys they are. And when they feel totally humiliated but not harmed at all, I put them back down.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never had a problem rooster except for one. And I think that's because he was raised by hand his whole life. And he didn't find human beings frightening at all, no matter what we did.
Reminds me of the Queens one night in a bar and they were singing Puff the Magic Faggot lives on the shelf. No one wants to play with Puff, so Puff plays with himself. I'm telling you. I know, and then this happened to be a piano bar. Guy came in and started playing Memory from Cats. All these queens at the bar like meowing at him. No, I don't think he lasted past that one night.
I hadn't been paying attention to the thing because
Hey, Lisa, if you can get neurodivergent hodgepodge to come on the show, then
today or
no, at some point.
Oh, I'm sure Nerody would be willing to come on just with some advance notice to know when.
Okay, I'll give you advance warning next time.
She seems pretty friendly. She's done a few lives I've seen her on, so not today.
Not today. Are we gonna? Okay. Anyway, I love you all. Thank everybody that's watching. Lisa's got to go.
Love you too.
She's
Yeah,
got to do
in 20
do a thing.
minutes. Yep.
So
I'm not
Probably.
going to let you guys hear for a bit yet, though.
no, but I mean, I don't know. I have my kids tomorrow, so we'll see what happens.
Yes. I gotta go to the office tomorrow, so I have to have preschooler bedtime tonight.
Yeah, I don't have to go to the office on Mondays or Fridays. So I'm like, fuck yeah.
You
Hey,
bitch.
Sarah, are you going to be able to do Trauma Live tomorrow? You going to do Trauma Live tomorrow, Brandon?
Oh, I thought you said that's what this was.
No, that's what this is tonight, but we're going to do it tomorrow.
Oh,
We were supposed to have one at 1 today, but
yeah.
That's the
I-
good thing about this community. We got trauma enough for multiple sessions.
Don't let believe I got like miles high of fucking
Trauma for days.
Yeah.
I should be able to make it back home by 1.
All right, good. Well,
Unless
thank
I'm
you,
asleep,
everybody.
I should be available if you guys need me.
I'll let you know.
All right.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Love you guys.
Love you too.
Love you all too.